Mission X accomplished by the Super Falcons of Nigeria. And I must say kudos must go to the team, to Justin Madugo, the coach of the side, and to Anne Agumanu, the assistant coach, and all the coaches, the technical crew, the players. I must say, you guys are amazing. La Decima in the back. Super Falcons are back again on top. Lonely at the top. On the continent of Africa. Welcome to my channel. My name is AY Sugar. I talk about football. Basically, I talk business. I talk travel. I do vlogs basically on my trips, my experiences, and a whole lot. I talk about men's lifestyle basically on this particular channel. Thank you for those who have just subscribed. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. And I hope more people will come and, of course, subscribe to this particular channel. We're talking Mission X, the plan executed by the digital team of the Nigeria Football Federation. The players bought the idea, the fans, went along with it. And today it is reality. And I must say, I want to quickly review it. I want to really give all the accolades to where and to who, it is due. And, of course, the actors who definitely are the players who are going to be honored by the president, the federal government, sponsors. They are going to be having a carnival, a motorcade, of course, we'll be welcoming them. And they deserve anything they get right now. And I must say, the players, you guys deserve everything. What did you say the last time?
Like, share, subscribe. Is that what you do? I'm not a YouTuber. I'm too old for this, but I see it.
You're not too old, though. 40-year-old Ronaldo is a YouTuber.
I'm not 40.
I know, but you're not too old. That's what I'm saying. Let's get into it. First off, looking at the branding, and the clear vision that the digital team started with, leading to this particular tournament. The team did not start very well, to be fair. They started with a friendly game against the indomitable Lionesses of Cameroon in a Djibouti, 1-2-0. It was not looking very well because a lot of people thought they should have started planning earlier than that, but of course it didn't happen. Then they traveled all the way to Portugal, which was very, very good. They played a goalless draw against Portugal, then moved all the way to Morocco and had a 2 weeks campaign, or about some days campaign before their first game. Of course, today we are clapping for them because they executed a well thought out plan, and they were focused. And that's one thing I need to harp on. They were very focused. We'll talk about being focused and the things I can say I take away from this particular Mission X executed by the Super Falcons of Nigeria. Let's talk about clear branding and vision from the get-go. Naming the campaign Mission X was a branding masterstroke. Kudos must go to the Nigeria Football Federation and its digital media team. It was catchy, it was marketable, and it gave fans and players a shared vision. Mission X was intentional, and the team went ahead, ran with the vision, and definitely executed it and until completing it, which definitely saw them win Morocco 3-2 in the final of the tournament. Then, of course, it was a mission with purpose. It was a mission that showed seriousness, that showed that the team needed to go all out and get back, into reckoning, because the last time we had the WAFCON, it was embarrassing. Zambia beat us, even the top place match. We didn't come back with a medal. And the Super Falcons needed to make a statement that we are still on top. Despite the fact that you say we dominated for a number of years, and I thought it was looking as though our strength was waning down and we're not in control of African football when it comes to women's football anymore. And because we had new teams, germinating here and there, Zambia thought, well, Barbara Banda, and respect must go to her. She was leading the team, and they came facing the Super Falcons in the quarterfinal. A lot of people were talking about Barbara Branda, about her alone in the, of course, in the colors of the Copper Queens. But Nigeria had a team, not just about Asisat Oshoala, who had won who had won the African Player of the Year award for 6 times. It wasn't just about any of them. It was about the entire team, and they made their statement very clear. 5-0 against Zambia, sailed out to the semi-final, and faced South Africa, beat South Africa 2-1, and got to the final. We're down 2-0 in the first half. Second half, changes were made by Coach Justin Madugu, who I must give all the accolades to, because he made those changes. He decided, he led the team. Nobody believed in indigenous coaches anymore, because they thought, well, they don't have what it takes. But at least his predecessor didn't get as far as the final, let alone winning the trophy. But he has done that, and he has brought back the names or the name of the indigenous coaches in Nigeria that they should be reckoned with when it comes to women's football. So that was clear cut. Like I said earlier, it was a campaign, that reminded us of made us compare to global teams such as the United States women's national team, which at some point did the one team, one nation campaign. Then we had the Lionesses of England, who have just reclaimed their trophy again, winning it back to back. They won the last one, they won it again against Spain, and they are champions of Europe. Congratulations to them. And they had that clear-cut, campaign, going for it and clinching it, and that's what the Super Falcons have done, and I must say it was well executed. Now let's talk about the focus of the team. I know one of the things that really affects teams, at major tournaments, will be the administrative part of football, where you have to sort out camp allowances, bonuses. You have to also ensure that logistics are, sorted out and everything. I remember them arriving, to camp, and they found out that, I think it was Ajibade that posted, the room, the small bed. They took away those distractions. They didn't talk about money. They didn't talk about even their kits that was delayed at the customs in Morocco. The kids did not arrive. They were using this jersey, to train. They were focused. They were not distracted. They didn't complain and start, crying and everything. They just focused on the mission. And it was great to see the team totally focused on it. Nobody talked about anybody not being played properly. Nobody talked about, even when the team tweaked his formation, tweaked the personalities he was using after the first two games, and in the third game he said he wanted to do a shooting practice, fielded so many new players that had not played the first two games after we had qualified for the, quarterfinal. And that particular game against Algeria, which ended goalless, changed the entire tournament for the team, because the team struggled against Tunisia, though won 3-0, then, struggled against Botswana. 1-0, it ended in that particular game, courtesy of a goal scored by Israel. And in the third game, they said, okay, shooting. A lot of people criticized them that, you couldn't beat Algeria. You had 24 shots, 2 on target, and all that. But Justin Madugu, the tactician, the magician, knew what he was doing and went all out for it. And against Zambia, it was the typical different side that played Zambia. Zambia never saw it coming, and they were overwhelmed. Nigeria defeated them. And from there on, the tournament just started for the Super Falcons of Nigeria, and I think they deserve all the applause that they are getting right now. They deserve any money, any financial support, blessings they get from the federal government of Nigeria. Anything they get, they deserve it.
Additionally, I hereby direct the allocation of 3-bedroom apartments crew in our Renew Hope estate. In addition, there is a cash award of the Naira equivalent of $100,000 each to the 24 players. And the equivalent of 50,000 to the 11-man technical team. Once again, I congratulate you. And I will continue to pray for you. With this, Nigerian spirit is unyielding and will never die. God bless you.
I think and I hope that we can execute, such campaigns for other national teams, hopefully very soon the Super Falcons, the Super Eagles will be gathering, to play at the Nations Cup that will be hosted by Morocco later in December. So we hope that we can have this again, and we hope that we claim the trophy again in Morocco. It looks like a country that can produce us, the trophy, because at least the Super Falcons have redeemed their image and, of course, show their dominance, established it on the continent of Africa. Tell me, what are the other things that I didn't mention in this particular short video that, thrilled you about the way the Falcons behave? Let's even see some of the excerpts and the celebratory moments, and of course, some of the moments we've had in this particular tournament. We'll be right back to wrap it up.
Hand to Nigeria.
To hand it over to the Nigerian captain. There she is. Asisat Oshoala. Nigeria celebrating as African champions here in Morocco. They are winners of the WAFCON 2024. 10 times now they've taken this trophy, back at the top of the pile in women's football in Africa. And what a way to do it on a glorious Saturday night here in Rabat. There you have it, Amanda, the champions of the continent.
Yeah.
Yes, fantastic. I wanted to leave it. The girls were fantastic on social media. At some point, people thought they were distracted by social media. People thought maybe because they are doing TikTok today, they are putting one thing there, they're following the trends. People thought, oh, this team, now only TikTok and social media they know about. They know they're serious. But it showed that, yes, they could be professional, they do the fun thing, but they were focused and they accomplished the mission. And congratulations must go to them. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for supporting the Super Falcons of Nigeria. And kudos and congratulations to the entire team. And I hope that they will get all they deserve, from the federation to the federal government to states that will want to host them, to the sponsors and everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you. Definitely, let's stay and enjoy this moment. We deserve it.